Well, you are still screen sharing, but thanks again, guys,
you
for...
see me? Oh.
I do see you. Yep. Thanks again, guys, for joining us. We are once again testing the Streamyard service, and we are playing with some more features here. So let's see. I can't figure out. Oh, no. Oh, you stopped the screen share, so that's why that worked.
You control the screen share, not me. Got it.
Well, you can control the screen share. Whether it's on or off. What? I can't find them? Okay. Chris, why don't you talk for a little bit? I'm going to go get some corded headphones for Renee, and she's going to try coming in on the phone.
I would love nothing more than just to talk aimlessly for a period of time. Hello, folks that are probably not listening. We are trying StreamYard because Google Hangouts on Air or YouTube Live, what did they call it? YouTube Hangouts on Air is ending. So we need a new streaming service, and this one gives us some options. Apparently the host has far more control than the guest, which I think that's the way it should be. But we're hoping this works well for our weekly broadcast of Geo Gearheads. You should join us each week, Thursday evenings, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on whatever device you're watching us on, or whenever on YouTube. And of course, you can download the audio through your favorite podcast catcherers, whichever one of the catcherers you want to use. Excuse me. I'm personally using Overcast at the moment. That's a Apple only, iOS only.
Bedroom's fine.
Podcast catcher, and I really like it. Darryl, what podcast catcher are you using currently?
I am using Downcast still, which does have some issues, but it's not really kind of the ideal solution.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there is somebody listening, so I can see that chat.
Yep.
Full windows. Interesting.
We do actually have 5.
Oh, okay. That's more information than I can see.
Yeah. So the host sees more, and actually we have Renee joining us. Hi, Renee.
Well, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Well, I don't think the audio is actually coming in, so that kind of sucks.
It's very quiet. I can hear her, but not well.
Right.
I can hear you very well, though.
Well, isn't that nice of you?
No, that's not working at all. So actually try holding up the phone if you would.
Does this work better if I'm closer to the phone? Aside from making my face very close to the camera?
Yeah, actually just unplug the headset and let's just try it.
Okay, how about now?
Now it sounds great.
Okay, except for, wow, I hear you. That's really weird.
Yes.
That's really weird because you're right there.
Yeah, you don't have a choice but to listen to him now.
Right. Well, I can hear him and then I hear him again.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take you off for a moment, and you're just going to be. She's still here. She's still down in the queue, but she cannot talk to us right now. And give us an idea when we bring you back in of what it actually looks like from the cell phone, from the smartphones.
Okay.
So what is it? What do you see when I pull you out versus what do you see right now?
Am I back in?
Yes, you're back in.
Oh, it looks exactly the same, except I see me up here too. I see me next to Chris versus me not next to Chris. Foz is very confused because he can hear you twice also. Now I just see Chris.
Oh my goodness.
Now okay. I just learned something very cool.
Hello.
Okay, now I just see Chris. Hi. Oh, whoa. Now you and Chris are on top and I'm... Well, that just sounds weird.
How come I want to sing the Brady Bunch theme song right now?
Exactly.
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. All right, but here's my current dilemma.
Okay.
I don't see the option to pick which one is going to be the big one if I have it set that way. So I think this would be our standard layout. Then I can, there is no auto switching, so I can manually pick who's a solo and then return to this one.
Okay.
Like a Han Solo?
Correct. Yeah. So Chris, the first one of these that I did, the 9:30 or 6:30 test, depending on which coast you're on, I did read that geocaching.com 6 best brand article.
Wasn't that a good one?
That was so awesome. And it was even worse when I tried to read it.
Geocaching.com.
Oh, there's just so many choices. But remember,
6 of them, yeah.
Well, no, they had 8, remember?
Oh, no.
It was 6. It's the 6 best, but they had 8 choices.
Oh, yeah, of all the geocaching.com.
Correct.
Wow.
Very bizarre. Now, and this is a nice feature, Chris. Take a look. We've got down here the names.
Yeah. And I chose that when I came in.
Correct.
Renee. It is. You do have yours.
It disappears when you pick another one. And we can pick our brand color and the theme. So we could switch it to the minimal theme, which I think looks pretty bad. That's the default. This is our minimal.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we can't change any of the rest of the stuff. But we can turn those off. Or back on.
Interesting.
But when we have comments.
Now, are you turning the comments on, or
I have to select the comments from a list?
Okay.
So actually, let me try doing this. I'm going to try to share the screen.
Yeah, Max, the names can be changed. I typed in whatever I wanted when I joined. Oh,
okay.
Hello.
So here is what I'm seeing. And then I just pick which one shows up.
That's not what I'm seeing.
No.
Well, no, only the host should see this one. But I can pick whichever one I want from here. And go back forth. But there is no way to star them or anything so that you can go back to them, which would be a nice feature.
Now you can see what I'm seeing.
What I saw differently before you were showing me this was there's actually a split screen. So on the top half of the screen, on the top quarter of the screen, there was you and Chris, and then me. And then the bottom half of the screen, yes. And the bottom half of the screen is a blue screen with me also that says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. So when you were showing the comments, it went across my face on the top half of the screen.
So Doug, that was the screen shares feature before.
Right. And now we're all 3 next to each other, so it just goes across that part. So right now I'm
and we basically have
each other, and then there's still on the bottom half of the screen a blue screen that says you're in the show.
Right. And what you're seeing that has the 3 of us is what's going out live. And I have the option of different layouts that I can pick. The problem is in this layout, which I like better, because the one person is totally visible all the time. You can't see the or you can't seem to switch to the other.
And it doesn't matter if I'm the only one talking. It doesn't switch.
There is no auto switch.
Okay. Will it mess up the sound if I come in the other room?
Well, why don't you just here, we'll do this. Okay. Now you can come in the room and she can't be heard.
So Darryl, much like what she's seeing, I see the video window, a private chat over on the right-hand side, and then my thumbnail, whatever screen I'm sharing, and you're in the show. So.
Well, no, I cannot seem to make Chris big. I can make
big as I need to be.
But that's the problem, is it doesn't seem to give me, and there might be a way to do it I have not found yet. But at this point, in this mode, I cannot bring anyone else to the front. I can only do the full solo, which I do like the solo. I just have to manually do it.
So did Chewbacca.
Well, and from the first one, and you guys can let us know again, take a look at the quality of the video. Now, of course, Renee is going to be, well, that's Fozzie. That's not Chewbacca.
But it's close to Chewbacca, more than we are.
This is true.
A haircut, though, but yes.
But for those of you watching live, let us know what you think the quality looks like compared to the normal shows. And the recordings are going to be pretty much the same. The lag on the chat seems to be less from the live shows before. So that's a good thing. And at this point, we have had no one respond about the quality. Previously, the audio was said to be about the same, and the video looks a little bit better. Limax says that the video looks good. Thank you.
Comment that it looks good on the living room TV. So,
yep,
that would be a big one. You know,
yeah,
bigger than a smartphone. Depends on the size of the living room, really.
Limax says that he doesn't see much difference with his tired eyes, which I totally understand. Colleen, thank you. Pretty clear on Android. Roger says that he thinks the video is better. And on the iPhone, the video looks good. So I think overall, we're better off in StreamYard than using the Hangouts on Air.
Good.
But I am missing some of the functions that I would like.
Aren't we all?
Oh, he's firing up the Apple TV. We'll see what it looks like there. The first one, Limax watched on the iPad mini, and it looked good. One of my favorite places to watch.
On the iPad.
I'm sorry?
I said I should have tried it on the iPad.
Well, your iPad probably would not have worked so well because you have that iPad mini 2 still.
Oh, yours would work.
Mine would work very well. You know, I'll make a bet even the Lenovo Android tablet I have would work pretty well.
Yeah, I've got one here.
Do you want me to try that?
No.
Oh, no, that's too much.
As a guest, where do I go? Do I go to YouTube?
Yes, you go to YouTube, and we are live streaming, so you just find it on there. Quality and resolution looks good, according to UDAC on his Android phone in the YouTube app. Probably the best place to watch that. And I'm going to drop you out, Renee. Yeah, you can hang up. Thank you so much for helping us test, though.
No problem.
Mine's on a big 20-inch monitor. Renee.
Hang on.
You can hang up. Thank you so much for helping us test, though. Oh,
no problem.
And Chris, I'm assuming that's you. Mine's on a big 20-inch monitor.
I'm supposed to have muted
You can
that.
hang up. Thank you so much for helping us test, though. Oh,
no problem.
And Chris.
Okay. I unplugged it.
Okay, that works too.
Sorry. I was supposed to have muted that, and it didn't.
All right, UDAC said that Renee's volume was a little bit low. And unfortunately, there is no volume control. That's one thing that would be nice. I do have control over muting the mic, but I can't bump a guest up or down. Yeah, the echo that you heard, Roger, was that Chris had gone to the video on the computer and it was looping back the audio. So that's not indicative of the product. That's user error. Okay. And Doug was asking me a question on a different channel. Yeah, lagging and stuff. But yeah, overall, this has been a good test. You taking off or?
No, I'm just checking the lag. Well,
got it.
Not up to date. I was just checking the lag on the on my iPad.
Perfect.
And not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, it's still behind. That was my second wave.
Wow. Okay, so it might be a little bit worse. And it probably does depend on your connection and stuff, how bad the lag is going to be. But Limax is asking what the premium versions have versus the free versions. In this version, we can't change that StreamYard. Hang on, let me do this. Oh, there we go. We can't change this. StreamYard is always there. We can't turn it off. On the paid version, that's going to be an option that we can toggle on and off with our own branding. Plus, we're going to be able to do the overlays. We're also going to have the option for a background, which might make this a lot more appealing if we can actually put a different color. You know, it's not just color. It looks like it's a full, 1920 by 1080 type image in there. So once we do that, recommended size is 1280 by 720. So there we go. And it looks like it actually supports motion GIFs. That would be interesting. But it's limited to 3 megabytes.
Really?
Yeah. 10 megs for whatever, I guess. See, I have let me do this. See, this is their image. Oh, I do see something in the background, some like watermarks.
I don't see anything.
Take a look over my head, like right here, and you should see like a gray
there it
maple
is.
leaf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's very subtle. And let me turn off
it's so much more visible on the iPad than it is here. So
yeah, and there's some leaves and stuff down in this area. So that's cool.
Just to leave you alone?
Yes. So we have that. We have the logo we can't turn off. We have these overlays. So this is their overlay, and we can't add that. We can't change this one, but we could add our own overlays, which we would probably do. And we can turn off the background now. And we can turn on and off the show names. But the names are generated. We don't have control over that. And that's a standard feature, so we don't have to worry about that. But the big thing is it gives us the logos. It gives us the overlays and the backgrounds. There are some other features that I seem to remember we need really, for doing the show. But what those are off the top of my head, I can't remember. And that's why we have to go to StreamYard and figure it out. Let's see.
Okay. Well, I had it seemed like it was quite a delay on my iPad.
We should always have a delay. That's just going to be the case no matter what we do. All right. So for the basic, which is the one that we're looking at, we have no StreamYard branding, which is that logo that I was mentioning. Unlimited number of broadcasts, which normally we have limits, but they haven't started doing that yet. The custom logo, the custom overlays, custom backgrounds, and connects to restream.io, which I have no idea what that one is.
It's apparently enough to bring it out, to mention it.
Yeah.
Restreamio. Try Restream now. It doesn't tell me what it is. Let's look at about.
And for another $20 a month, we can get the
multi-stream live video across all streaming platforms. We handle millions of broadcasts every year for all content creators / streamers / influencers around the world. So it's a CDN.
That would make some sense. Limac says that he went to full screen in Chrome on the Mac, and the screen share words were a little bit blurry, which makes sense because that's not a standard resolution, so it had to compress it. So, if we were actually paying attention, we would have done it differently. One downside is depending on how we display the live chat, all the text is covering Darryl. Yes, this is one of the big issues, is we don't have a whole lot of control over individual switching. Guessing that's due to the share quality. Yeah, I think the problem that we were running into with the text on the screen share is that it was too tall. So it was munging the text.
Is it the official term?
It is for this show.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Chris, how are you doing on your Mystery at the Museum?
I haven't gotten any farther from when we talked on Thursday.
Neither have I.
My plans were to go out today, but it didn't happen. I'm thinking of going out as soon as we're done here and at least getting one more or two more of the jewels. I need the jewels.
Yeah, and then you'll need a bunch more. We have gotten a few comments already. People who have finished up the Mystery at the Museum. And I've started putting those together in our randomized show. That's going to be the house for all of that stuff, which just works out perfectly because I wanted to make that show randomized anyway. It's just falling on the right day.
Let's see. I think I need a diamond, emerald, and ruby. Kapla. Oh, look at that. There are some close by.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
that one I can't find.
Limax says that he found 7 caches on the way up yesterday. The last 2 were a mistake, but one of them was a spoke for the 360-degree challenge. We found one across the border today.
The 360-degree challenge you're doing. Let's
yeah.
see. Ruby. What is it? Diamond? Emerald. Yes, I was right. Yeah, that's some of that is hard for me because, well, it's water on a couple of degrees, but I like the idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I really like doing those, to be honest. I appreciate them and they're great for the challenge and everything, but it is a lot more work than I'm willing to do for caching as a hobby, if that makes sense. All right, but he says he's halfway to the 35. Yeah, John, we were in the same boat, 111 degrees with the heat index today. I didn't do any caching. I spent most of the day inside, and most of that was because of the heat and the threat of storms, which did actually hit. Going down a hill at altitude with a bad back, I'm assuming, in a bum lake was the problem. Yeah, that would
backpack. Is that like ACAC or at?
Oh, there you go.
So people listening, our listeners, do you have a choice of your name, or is it only taking your?
That's going to be the name off of
like Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. Now, we did not set up the YouTube streaming. I can't figure out how to make that work to the page. It only wants to go to my personal account. So that's not working.
Okay, so I logged in, created an account.
Okay.
And here, if you click over at, well, am I sharing the right screen here?
You're sharing the wrong screen right now. You're sharing the
oh yeah, I can share an individual tab.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Let me move this over here. Let me go back to here and screen share again. And I want to share this. Okay. So you can see I have a CNW YouTube channel and a Geo Gearheads.
Right.
But when I added destination, I chose YouTube channel and chose this account, and it shows me all my YouTube channels that I have available. So
but that's for YouTube. I'm talking about for Facebook.
Oh, I thought you said YouTube.
No, sorry. I might have said YouTube. I meant Facebook.
Okay.
YouTube's fine. It's Facebook is the problem. We are getting the YouTube names. It's your Google names in YouTube.
Okay. But it's interesting. It doesn't show any past broadcasts for Geo Gearheads. And I know there's been some.
No, because it's through Streamyard.
This is Streamyard.
Right. But you haven't done past broadcasts on Streamyard.
Okay. So it's only going to show mine, not yours.
On your account. Yeah, because you have that set up with your own account, correct?
I have. You've given me, I don't know what I'm going to use the Windows term, administrator rights to Geo Gearheads.
Right, but the StreamYard account that you're signed into that's yours, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so the email address you're using to sign in is what controls that.
Okay.
So, because you have that set up as your account, it's not going to show any of the past broadcasts. Now, this one will show up as a past broadcast on that joint account that we have. So you'll be able to do that. Meanwhile, how did I find another jewel? Because I thought I only had one jewel completed. Now it's saying that I have 2 jewels completed.
You know, I looked a bit today to complete a couple of Earth caches. I think I have 3 or 4 from the trip that I haven't yet logged. And I'm thinking, well, that might give me some jewels if they're the proper if they have the proper clue on them.
Yeah. So I need 1 ruby. No, that's right, because I only have 5 left that I need. So 1 ruby, 1 diamond, and 1 emerald, or 3 emeralds, and then I'm done.
You have the same ones that I have, or you need the same ones that I have. I have no rubies. 2 diamond and 1 emerald. They'll trade you a ruby for an emerald.
If only it were that easy to do.
Okay.
My question is whether when we're done with this, are we going to get when we're done with this, Jules, are we going to get the ability to do any 35 caches, or are they different 35s? I was able to battle the heat last weekend to get the final stage of finding 35.
It's any 35.
Yeah, that's impressive that they got all 56, whatever it is, in the one weekend.
23 and 35, so
78, right?
Yeah.
58.
I'm 58. 22. Sorry. 22 and 35. 57. Like Heinz.
Oh, interesting. CG. Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce that one.
Segehov.
What's that?
Segehov.
Segehov?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You pronounce the C and the G with the I suddenly forgot where he was from. Sweden, Norway?
Norway.
In his Norway. There you go. In the Norwegian, so C becomes say, G becomes gay. Segehov. The only reason I know is he sent me a audio file on how to pronounce his name,
and he did
appreciate. Oh, thank you.
He did say it was Norway, but he says in his eyes it seems like a simple and okay streaming service. Yeah. Now here's the big thing that we're running into, and why we have to do something like this. It supports multi-point videos. So other streaming services don't have the video chat, if it were. So we can't bring in both Chris and I without something else to do that on top of the streaming.
And there's no way for me to see the chat?
The Google chat, no, but you can actually pop out that Google chat or the YouTube chat from the YouTube page. So we'll have to do it the same way that we've been doing it previously. Okay. In Hangouts, we had no way to see the chat whatsoever. So this is a nice feature, and then we can highlight those. But I'm assuming it's going to work the same way. And the fact that it goes to Facebook as well, if we can actually get that, would be a good thing. And he said he needed a second screen for doing would be a good thing. Oh, yes, you can't do that.
That was me. Sorry.
Yes. He actually needed a second screen to do the Q&A, which makes sense.
Okay. There we go. Now I'm live on the chat.
There you go.
Oops. I can't type, but I can see the chat.
Well, you can type, just not the right words. There are a series of random letters, apparently.
Mm-hmm. There. I increased the randomness.
Why did I not see that? Oh, there it goes. Now it showed up. Random.
Ooh. Well, that's left-hand random.
All right, now here's something I've actually thought about doing. Well, I can't pronounce his name. Sajov? Was that how it's pronounced?
Segehov. Is it Segehov or Segehove? I think it's Segehov.
Segehov said that he has the laptop and use the HDMI cable to the TV. I could seriously see putting up like the TV with control room stuff, and then having the PC, a smaller screen closer with everything chat wise.
I have a what is it, a 42-inch TV right behind these monitors.
Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Limax says he can't type either, though.
I use the E at the end. Segehove. Segehove? Now I'm all paranoid. TV is in the studio behind me. So all you have to do is turn around, Limax. It's very simple.
Yeah, I've got the 127-inch, but it's only a 1080 screen in front of me, which works very well. I like having the chat on a separate monitor, but with a separate computer and everything. But that's not going to be easy.
So Segehove. That was my first instinct.
Yeah, and Doug Jones, Limax is saying that he uses a second laptop or even an iPad for the chat. And that's what I was doing for quite a while, for over a year, is I had a table over here that had a Chromebook for the chat.
Well, I have an iPad for audio.
Cash-a-maniacs.
Yeah, which is the same thing I do. Soundboard on the iPad.
Yeah, and then just 2 monitors.
And that's something we're not testing tonight because I know that's not changing. As far as this goes, it's the same thing.
Segehove. You know what? Segehove is so much better at languages than I am. And I feel like I've been speaking a language.
I was going to say, that's not saying much, is it?
No. Americans, we have one language and we don't speak it well.
No, we don't. But in any case, the audio setup really doesn't change much as far as this goes. We're doing this on our end. Each of us have mixers and all kinds of audio hardware at this side that makes the difference. But yeah, if you're in the YouTube app, you don't have a choice. It's going to always be underneath the video. If you turn it sideways on most of the devices, that will go away, and there's options to show it or not. But yeah, the chat, you don't have the option for like the pop out that you do on the desktop. But if you're on a browser,
no.
Yeah, but if you're on the browser, then you can click the 3 little dots and hit pop out, and it's an own separate window. You can pass that around. It's just a web page.
Norwegian, Swedish, Danish, English, some German. I can swear in Polish and order a beer in Spanish.
I love it. We should actually have you on the show. We are talking with R. Reagan about doing a show on Cash Torno again in the coming months. But we're probably
Italian isn't one of his languages, so he can't talk about the Cash Torno.
Right. But we're talking about doing that sometime after the middle of August, because we're booked until the middle of August at this point.
Limax says I can't order a beer in English.
I am not going caching bounce. I really want to, but sadly I won't.
I haven't decided yet. I have to see vacation scheduling and other things, and I know I'm pushing the envelope now by not booking.
Yeah, definitely get that in as soon as you can. But we are looking at yes, we did look at the feature we had my wife on a little while ago from her iPhone, and we do have problems with the audio on the mobile device. It was not accepting the headset. So that's something we have to look into. But going back to the events, I am going to be at Midwest Geo Bash next weekend. That's a Saturday day trip for me. Then we're going to West Bend in a few more weeks.
Well, by then you'll have all the caches you need.
I'm sure we will. I'm not too worried about finding the caches. I just would rather get it done sooner than later. Ooh, yeah, no, that's one of the problems. We'll certainly invite you if you can't. We totally understand, but
Well, he's up now. Sorry, that was
Oh,
insensitive.
you know what? Renee has a good idea. Since we know where my AirPods are, we're going to try that one. So let me put you full screen. I'm going to mute myself and be back shortly.
Oh, so now it's all about me. At last. How many years has this taken? Now it's all about me. As we wait for Darryl to set up a remote location, I'll sit here and talk in my best radio announcer voice, maybe my PBS voice. I don't know what anybody on PBS would say, so that's not working well. All right. So, should I go out and get a quick cache this evening or do a longer run tomorrow and try to finish it? I think I should get one this evening. Anybody agree, disagree, argue, rant, rave, disapprove? I'm taking that as no and moving on. Oh, Limax is both. But Limax, that wasn't an option. Just one of them was an option. But I could do both anyway. Oh, man. Okay. Well, at least one person says I should go out this evening. And Bounce says, you should be out caching on a sunny day.
Okay, so we're going to give this another shot. It looks like the AirPods are actually working. So, hello.
Hello. I don't hear you as well as I did before, but can you hear me?
I can. Try just turning up the volume through the rocker on the side, and you can probably hear us okay.
No, I can hear you, but it keeps cutting out. The volume is fine, but the quality is not as good.
Got it. The lag seems to be worse now than it was before.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, what was that, Chris?
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine, but there seems to be a little ticking with your voice.
Okay, that's what I hear with yours too.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have some issues with the AirPods. However, definitely sounds better than it did before, even with the issues.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, we'll let you go. Thanks again.
Okay, nope.
Oh, there goes our roving reporter.
Yeah, she's still in there, but she hasn't exited out.
Segehove asked a good question. Was that Wi-Fi or cell service?
That was on the Wi-Fi, which I think might be the problem. It's probably going to actually be better on the cell. In part because, well, we're using the internet connection here for the main stream.
Bingo.
What's that?
Oh, I would agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't use anything else on you. I didn't notice anything on your voice or video, Darryl, but...
Oh, hang on.
Is our reporter back?
She was back. She was asking us a question, but she's not apparently there.
I'm hearing something. Wait, we have a reporter in the field.
Yes.
I am trying.
Oh, now it's back. I'm guessing that she turned off the Wi-Fi, but it has not actually reestablished.
Can you tell
us? That's strange because I can.
Are there any concentric circles?
No circles. I know concentric circles. A little bit less lag.
Yeah, but we don't have your video at all right now.
That must be because it's at night with hordes of screaming people around you.
It is. It's kind of crazy with thunderstorms, but there's no more thunderstorms happening. Do you want me to completely exit and try re-entering?
Just do a refresh on the page and let's try it that way. I'm going to pull you out of the stream, though.
I didn't get to ask her if the clouds had flashing lightning bolts in them.
Not right now. They don't. But but Limax is having problems hearing her over the banjo.
Okay.
Device not connected.
Sometimes very, very dark gray.
Okay, how about now?
You have better than you had last time. Were you undercover the first time? Is your life in danger?
I was undercover.
Location.
I am still okay.
See, here's
Even
one of the
without a
problems,
two-way
though.
radio.
So you're telling me you're in Oklahoma. You're okay.
I am okay.
She is
And
the state of California.
Me,
Oklahoma.
am I? No. What?
But here's one of the problems is we have to watch our frames a little bit more if we're going to go use this one.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
because I can't get too close.
Completely natural in this position.
Yeah.
My arm is very uncomfortable.
Is it?
All right. So I'm wondering, Chris, do you think we should give this a shot with this week's show?
We can give it a shot. We got nothing to lose. I mean, it's working. People will be able to see and hear us.
Yeah. I'm liking this. I'm not thrilled with it, but I'm liking it, And it is still beta. Scott was saying that the guy who created this is basically like in his 20s, early 20s ish. He thinks, and it's, a one-man show. So we'll see what actually happens with this in the end, I guess.
Wrong.
Yeah. I don't know that I would call it wrong, but
I will. It's wrong.
It's wrong. Just wrong.
It's not as depressing as the I can't remember his name, but the guy who did the TB Scan app.
TB Scan at like 14.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I think he was 14 when he came out with the Android version. He was like 12 or something when he wrote the first version.
That's crazy.
Yeah. When I have to go on YouTube to watch an instructional video and it's a 12-year-old telling me how to do something, I get angry. It's like, why does a 12-year-old know how to do this and I don't?
I don't get angry over it, but yeah, I think John's right. We have to go back to beta.
Okay, throw the beta tag on.
Yeah, so I think we're going to give this a shot. We're not going to do the paid service for this one for sure, because we want to spend a little bit more time testing before we pay for the service, because it's going to be a year up front. It's
oh really?
Yeah, you could pay month to month. If we pay month to month, it's an extra like $60 a year.
Okay,
which is not inconsequential, but it's about $240 or something like that, I think, if you pay for a year up front. And because we got a referral code from geocaching or from Geocache Talk, we get $10 off.
Oh, nice.
So we shall see. At least one more test. But yeah, I like this. And this is, folks, one of the reasons why we have not done the schedule for the next few weeks, because, well, one, I only have 2 more shows scheduled right now, but 2, we have no idea which service we're going to use and how it's going to tie into YouTube, so we can't create those events until we actually figure that out. Like, this creates its own event in YouTube. All right, honey, you want me to let you go?
Yep, I will see you later.
Oh, sorry. I cut her off a little too early.
That was a serious. Yeah, you're gone now.
Sometimes it's a little bit too prompt. But yeah, I like the flexibility that he's providing in the screen layout. I just want the auto switching so that I don't have to keep doing the solo like this. But I like the way that it does that transition to the solo. She's giving me a raspberry over here.
Reporter, I can still hear the reporter. There may be some problem there in the capital city.
He says, I can still hear the reporter. There might be some problem in the capital city. You want to come over and sneak in the frame? Oh, you know what? Here, let's do this so that people can actually see you. There you go.
So the reporter is back in the studio.
It's okay. I still love him.
Can you hear what I did?
Why the reporter came back in the studio.
I did.
This
is much more comfortable for my arm though than this.
Yes, definitely. And Doug, if it did have the auto switching, I would be sold on this right now, but it does not.
You just like cutting me off.
I mean, it was a hard cut mid-sentence.
Well, I'm not quite.
Did it just now too, though. Look. just cut me right out of the screen.
Okay, here. Let's switch to this mode again. Now we're all in there.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No, I'm trying to learn.
I know.
Yeah, that's what he says.
I mean,
He's trying to learn. Okay. Oh.
All right. Well, thanks again, everyone, for helping us do this testing again. We may or may not do another one after next week's show, but I think at this point, Chris, are you comfortable as well doing the next show on StreamYard, but with all the StreamYard branding?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So
live counter ticking off. Do you know the number of minutes? Can our users, our listeners, see how long the podcast has been going?
The recorded stream version does not have the counter. You see the counter though?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think you did.
45, coming up on 46 minutes.
It's on this camera, but no, he's talking about the counter here. Yeah. So, guys in the live chat, if you would once again just let us know. We have in the top left corner of the window here a live counter. Let us know if you're seeing that as well. I don't believe you do, because when we were doing that with Scott, it wasn't showing up. But when we were doing it with Scott, I just have an indicator. I had the indicator that showed live. I didn't have the counter. No, this is me. This is all they're going to see is this window.
Don't see the counter. Don't see the counter.
Yeah, no. Nope. So there's no counter. And Limax says he's off.
We knew that. He's leaving.
Yes.
Another story.
All right.
So we're going to wrap up the broadcast. Thanks again for helping us test this live. And hopefully next week it's going to be a production show that we're actually going to test it on.